Hey, it's Ted Gottlieb, longtime Chesterfield resident and real estate agent. Inside Chesterfield is here to introduce you or reacquaint you with Chesterfield-based independently owned businesses and outstanding personalities. We hope you enjoy the following video.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Inside Chesterfield. I'm really psyched to be introducing you to Mr. Ben Pratt. Ben is the owner of Tracy's Karate down in the Valley. Ben, thanks for taking the time being here today.
My pleasure, Ted.
Appreciate it. Ben, why don't you tell us a little bit about how long your studio has been down in Chesterfield Valley and where you're located?
I am in Chesterfield Valley at Chesterfield Town Center. Been here for about 5 years now, just 2 doors down from Vito's in the Valley.
Vito's in the Valley. Most people know Vito's in the Valley, so
yes, they do.
Yeah, so it's a very convenient location off of Long Road. And Long and Edison basically is the best geography that I guess you can think about. You've been instructing and teaching martial arts for quite some time. Tell us a little bit about your history.
Well, I started teaching back in 1997 as a brown belt and quickly made it to black. And I've been teaching full time ever since. I've taught kids from 5 and 6 year olds to adults that are in their 70s, and it's just about anything in between. So it's what I've done for a living now for most of my life.
Wow. Now, some people take martial arts for the training, both mental and physical. Other folks like to do sparring and things along those lines. And you have a fighting history. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that and give us some of your street cred so that when people are watching this, they'll feel confident knowing that you know what you're talking about.
Well, and when I started fighting as a black belt, I was #1 in the Midwest in the middleweight division for 5 years in a row. I had some success locally, so I went out on the world tour and I finished my world fighting career at #2 in the world. And then the world tour consisted of a lot of different countries coming over to the United States to compete against us. So when I say world tour, it was. We even had 1 year where there was a team from Australia that came in to compete with us.
That's great. So the style of martial arts that you are proficient and excel at and teach is known as?
Chinese Kenpo. That is what the Tracy's organization has always had, is Chinese Kenpo.
Right. Now, Tracy's has had a couple different locations throughout the area, have they not?
Yes. Tracy's has been in St. Louis since 1967. The longest running one is in Kirkwood. It's been there for over 50 years now, where I taught for most of my career under my uncle, Tim Golby. And over the years, there's been several different Tracy's locations because of how successful the training program's been.
So how does Chinese Kenpo differ from other forms of martial arts?
Well, it is a combination, from my understanding of the history, it's a combination of different styles. The origins, they kind of picked and choose the best of every other style of karate out there, or martial arts, and brought it under one system, making it much more complicated, but much more of a complete system. We're very in tune with as far as self-defense goes. We do the sport fighting, but our #1 priority is making sure that our students can defend themselves against an attacker in the street. So we really focus in on self-defense.
And your students come in all shapes and sizes?
Oh yeah, we have students that are 6 years old, 76-year-old, moms, stay-at-home dads even, you name it, we'll work with anybody.
Even almost 60-year-old real estate agents?
Even them.
So the model of Tracy's is different from other martial arts studios in regard to how you teach. I'm referring to group classes versus one-on-one, and Tracy's model is more one-on-one. Why don't you explain that and the philosophy of why that is, and why do you think that works better in many instances?
Well, it works better because everybody is taught the way they need to be taught. We can learn physically, auditorily, visually, and we adapt to the student, making it much more efficient in their learning process. And everybody has different goals. If you want to get into sport fighting, we focus a little more on that. If you want just pure self-defense, we'll focus on that. If you're looking for more, I want to get in shape, well, we'll obviously go take that route too. So it's geared toward the individual. Imagine if you went through school, instead of being in the classroom, being taught everybody at the same time, you had your own teacher, your own private tutor from kindergarten all the way through college. How much more you would have learned, how much more efficient that process would have been. And that's what we do with self-defense training. We make it as efficient and effective as possible for the individual. Now with that, we do our group classes, where we have our camaraderie, students get to know each other, but as far as really hardcore learning stuff, that's taking place in the private lesson.
Understood. So I know you've also done a lot of seminars and training with groups where we could put groups of people together, whether it be from work or our social lives or anywhere else, and come and spend some time with you. And you also have parties and a variety of other different things that you do which are kind of unique. Why don't you expand on some of the things that you're doing that can help with self-defense and help with self-confidence and also help entertain the little ones?
Well, the birthday party are for anybody. We've even had adult birthday parties. They are a lot of fun for the kids, and it's definitely a unique idea. It's a lot different than going to an arcade or worse yet, Chuck E. Cheese, which is kind of chaotic. We take the kids, we work with them for an hour and 15 minutes. They are up and running almost the entire time, and they're going to learn some basic self-defense while they're there having fun in the party. And we really strive to make sure that mom and dad don't have to lift a finger. They sit back and watch, they can enjoy the party, you don't have to worry about any of that. The highlight of the party is we do cut the cake with a samurai sword, so it's a bit of a show there at the end. And then the self-defense seminar is a little more serious. We will teach you how to deal with anything from a bully on a playground to a terrorist on an airplane. We'll develop some basic plans so that you can take it out with you. It's not going to be as complete as if you became a student, but you're definitely going to have enough information to hurt somebody enough that you can get away and get home safe and sound again. And the nice thing with those seminars is it's a group of your friends, so you don't have to be quite as so scary as walking into a karate studio by yourself. You can do it with a group of friends or family members if you'd like.
Great. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you would want our viewers to know about yourself, martial arts, Tracy's karate?
The biggest thing is the value of self-defense. There's no negatives to learning how to defend yourself. There are only possible positives. You'll become stronger, higher levels of self-confidence, and if you ever are confronted with a bad guy in the street, you're the one that's going to be going home safe and sound. Or if, God forbid, somebody attacks one of your children, you want to make sure you're able to keep your kids safe. Learning how to defend yourself is just invaluable. And I really hope and wish that more and more people would learn how to defend themselves, because my goal in life is to have all the bad guys out there start fearing for their safety instead of the other way around.
Right, and it's true. With my daughters, I had them come and spend a little bit of time with you. I wish they had spent some more, but prior to going away to school, just knowing that they have a better chance of surviving and damaging someone who decides to pick on them was a peace of mind for myself. And I think that's really important. And also the way that you carry yourself when you have a little bit of training, knowing that you can take care of yourself. I think sometimes people will see that and they'll decide to pick on somebody else if they're going to pick on somebody at all.
Absolutely. Over the years, we've had a number of street fight stories that have come in from our students. And our students are almost always doing a fair amount of damage to the attacker. But it's been funny because it's usually our beginning students that get attacked. Our older students, our brown belts, our black belts, our higher level students very rarely are ever attacked because they carry themselves differently, so they don't look like a victim. They don't look like somebody that the bad guy's going to want to mess with. So, the more you know, the less likely you'll ever have to use it.
Yeah, and what you'll also find as well is that oftentimes, the kid who may be the bully or the kid who gets the training in martial arts is the one who typically likes to walk away and doesn't want to get into a confrontation than the kid who doesn't. And there's so many different reasons as to why I highly recommend that you all check out Ben and Tracy's Karate in Chesterfield. Ben, if someone wants to see you online, where would they go for that?
Our website is tracyswest.com.
tracyswest.com, and a phone number to reach you?
636-778-3303.
Hey, one other question while we're thinking about it. If someone wants to come in and get a lesson, do you offer an introductory package or lessons? How does that work if someone just wants to get a feel for what it is that they're actually potentially going to get involved in?
Absolutely. We invite everybody to come in, schedule a free lesson. The first one is free. It's a half-hour private lesson. We can schedule just about any time to work around your schedule. And if you like that, the next step is a 4-lesson program. It's our introductory program to give you more of a hands-on feel for what we do here at Tracy's so that you make an educated decision on whether or not you want to continue.
All right, so it's free. No reasons why not to come in and visit with Ben.
The first one's free, yes.
Yeah, well, get your free lesson. Come in and, and meet Ben. He's a great guy. He and I have been sharing some time together over the last 4 years or so. It's a lot of fun, and you will be thankful that you did. So, Tracy's Karate in Chesterfield, go visit Ben anytime online or give him a call. Thanks again for watching this edition of Inside Chesterfield. I'm Ted Gottlieb, your Chesterfield real estate agent. If you want more information on me, please go to trustinted.com. That's trustinted.com or insidechesterfield.com. Thank you.